While living and working with a group of children who were frontline workers, I had seen many deaths due to hunger and disease. The situation made me think about my mother. She was living in the village very far away from my place. I was worried how she was being treated, whether she was alive or dead. I believe that my mother really was alive because she was strong. I decided to go to village to see my mother, even though I knew that I would be killed if the Khmer Rouge leader knew. One evening, I decided to leave the camp. First, I ran into the forest. After a while, I slowed and I started walking. It was very hard to keep track of the trail because the night was so dark. The forest was full of wild dogs. I heard the wild dog barking across the forest. I had learned from the Khmer Rouge that I had to walk close to the big trees when the sound of the wild dogs was close. Then I could immediately climb up the tree, otherwise I would be attacked and killed by the wild dogs. The whole night, I walked through the forest alone, without any fear except of the wild dogs. Unexpectedly, I arrived at a place that I had cut long grass for roofing with my mother. It was a place where people were buried. Hundreds of people from the village. I could smell the dead bodies. However, I wasn't afraid of ghosts, as sadly I was used to such things. The village had completely changed. I could not remember where my cottage was. Hundreds of cottages had disappeared from the village, and only trees were standing. But then I recognized the trees around my mother's cottage. Suddenly, I saw my mother in a cottage by the trees. I went into the cottage. I saw her sitting on the ground by the kitchen, cooking wild rice, which she had collected from the fields. Why did you come here? It was very dangerous. You will be killed if the Khmer Rouge know that you do not obey their rules, she said to me. When will you go back? She asked. I miss you. I will go back today or tomorrow, I replied. She said, I will ask Tahom, the Khmer Rouge village leader, if he would allow you to receive some food before you return. Then she told me that my youngest brother had passed away. He called for you before he died, she said sadly. I had no reply but was really upset and emotional. Where are the people in the village? I asked her. Most people in this village are dead. Few families have survived, she answered. She gave me wild rice while I was eating. She stopped speaking and went out of the cottage to fill a sack. Then I followed her to the jungle, cutting long grass. At noon times, She took me to meet the village chief to get lunch. At that time, what I was so worried about was not rice. If they knew that I had come to see my mother without permission, I would have big trouble. Before leaving the village, my mother told me that the mother of Akeo, my friend, was dead. I do not think that he knew that his mother was dying. Do I have to tell him or not? If he tells the Khmer Rouge that I had visited my mother's village, I would be killed. So I kept this message to myself for months. One day, so I decided to tell Akeo that his mother had died. He did not reply, and he just went away sadly. I then had to wait to see if the Khmer Rouge would kill me, because I had been disloyal to the organization. This happened about 40 years ago during the Pol Pot regime, and I will never forget.
នេះគឺជារឿងមួយដែលយើងជួបប្រទះក្នុងសម័យពល